up, you guys? Trish McFarlane here from the Keto Collective, talking about the 5 myths of following a ketogenic diet because it gets a really bad rep. So, first and foremost, let's address the biggest issue. Eating fat makes me fat. No, that's not the way it goes. This is what happens. As your body becomes fat adapted and you're adding fat and removing carbs from your diet, your body gets turned into a fat burning machine because your body is going to burn what you're putting into it as fuel. So as it's burning fat and it's going through those stores, it's becoming fat adapted, becoming more efficient at burning fat, and that is going to be what helps burn the stored fat in your body. As you add glycogen and glucose into your system, your body is going to be using that for fuel. And things that are not able to be digested properly, things like if you're eating a lot of carbs, for instance, and that's glucose in your body, the glucose then becomes stored fat in your body. So might as well be putting fat into your body as your body burns through that more efficiently. Number 2, but don't my muscles need like protein in order to grow? No, listen up. Protein is great. You definitely need it in your diet every single day, but you don't need loads and loads and loads of it as previously thought. So what happens with protein when you are eating so much of it? The parts that are not being used is basically which is really not little. Like on a ketogenic diet, you're really focusing on just getting anywhere between 20 to 25% of your daily calories from protein. And when your body's into ketosis, you're actually supporting and you're preserving that muscle. So keep that in mind. Lots of bodybuilders follow keto. This is why. Because the protein, once it's in your body, that it's not being used, it's going to get turned into glucose, which then is going to turn into that fat, not that you're burning, that is going to get stored. So the idea of leaning out and doing things like that become a little bit more harder because of that. Number 3 myth. This is one I get all the time. But isn't it really bad for my arteries? So let's talk. What causes your arteries to be clogged? That's going to be cholesterol. And previously thought, based on research that was done prior, was that it's the cholesterol is from the foods that we eat. But it's come to light, and guys, do your own research. Really, there's so much more. There's so many doctors that are getting behind this movement for a reason. Your dietary cholesterol really doesn't have any effect on the blood cholesterol levels within your body. So if you're eating those healthy fats, it's not going to change that cholesterol. Actually, following a ketogenic diet is proven time and time again to lower cholesterol for people, lower their need for high blood pressure medication, things like that. So do your research, check it out before just making a really big blanket statement. The 4th myth, which I actually really like as well, is going to be, isn't it all processed junk? Like, why would you eat that stuff? It's gross. Well, you're not supposed to eat that stuff. No one's saying to eat a hot dog or go to McDonald's every day and take the bun off and eat that. When you're eating keto, yes, you're eating higher fat, but that doesn't mean always eating like fried foods, which I think people assume like very quickly when they're thinking about that ketogenic diet. It's not about that. It is about eating healthy fats, avocados, oils, fattier pieces of meat, cheeses, things like that are going to give your body the healthy fat that it needs. It's not junk. It's not fried food. It's not going to KFC and grabbing a chop of chicken and dipping it in butter. That's not what this is. And then finally, the top 5 myths of keto eating is basically fat has no nutrients. So like, why would you eat it? But guys, that is so wrong. Fat is actually loaded with vitamins A, E, and K2. And something that I found so amazing that I learned about was that the fat soluble foods that you eat cannot be absorbed. Those nutrients cannot be absorbed into your body unless they are with a fat. So for instance, if you have a large plate of salad and you have spinach and asparagus, and you have tomatoes and cucumbers, and you have chocolate, chicken, with all of these things, and then you go ahead and top that with a no fat or just a vinaigrette dressing, your body is not going to absorb all the nutrients of that salad with that vinaigrette dressing. But if you were to top it with an oil-based dressing, something that has fat in it, more avocado, adding some cheese on top, your body is able to then absorb those nutrients so much more. So in the end, keto is not bad. Fat is not the enemy. Do your research. Go ahead, check it out, talk to your doctor, do whatever you need to do. But I'm telling you, fat is not the enemy. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my page in order to follow along on my keto diet, the journey, and all the tips that you need to know. Thanks, guys.